Howdy doody.
Let's go. This feels great. I love this. Apix, how we doing, man? It's been a while.
Hey, hey,
So you're
thanks for
the
having me again.
yeah, man. Excited to catch up. I think you were maybe one of the first guests we had on the show. Obviously, a lot has changed in crypto and the gaming ecosystem since. So pumped to catch up. So you're the head of community at Project O, which is a strategic card battler, kind of really focused on bringing digital card games into the crypto age. So wondering if you can just kick this off by giving us the maybe 30-second elevator pitch on Project O.
Um, yeah, so Pressure will be a mobile-first trading card game. We're really trying to hit like the niche between like very hardcore trading card games like Hearthstone or like Parallel, which is like a crypto native game, and like Marvel Snap or Pokemon Pocket, which are the super casual games. So we want to be in the middle of that, kind of like mid-core, you would call that segment, still be competitive, but have like a mobile-friendly short session times. So yeah, you can easily pick it up. And we have very high emphasis on the whole collector experience. So the way we currently describe it is kind of, we want to kind of mirror like the PSA aspects of like Pokemon cards, but also like the Counter-Strike collector experience. If you're somewhat familiar with skins,
For sure.
it's very detailed. So we want to kind of bring these two together for our cards to have like a just make it very exciting to open packs in Project O, to collect cards, upgrade them, make them look really, really cool, very unique. Yeah, that's really the short pitch.
I mean, how do you make cards feel collectible for a new project? Obviously, a lot of the value of the Counter Strike skins or Pokemon or Magic the Gathering is just they've been along for so long. They've had this kind of there's nostalgia, kind of this kind of growing compounding user base. They're Lindy, whatever. Like, how do you start a new project and kind of build that collectible feeling into it?
Um, I mean, I think generally people in crypto, they love opening packs. They love kind of like collecting is a very native thing, even though we're not like our main audience will probably be like not the typical crypto degen, but like yeah, mobile gamers across the world. Um, it's going to be a long road, but I think we like our current plan is to like really make it like a journey to start collecting your cards, and then you can start upgrading them. When you upgrade cards, you will unlock new effects and like new looks for your cards. You can earn completely unique combinations of your cards, like really one of one, by being lucky in your upgrades and just progressing really far in that. And I think if that journey hits the right tones, you kind of you almost build a relationship with the cards. You'll play them in your decks. You will maybe dominate the ladder. You will place high in tournaments. And I think that's kind of how we want to, yeah, make it feel really satisfying and exciting to collect cards in our game.
Got it. What kind of traction you guys seen so far?
Traction.
Yeah.
So right now the game is in like pre-release, so we are just playtesting the game.
Okay,
There's
gotcha.
no assets. We can't make any money yet. You can't spend. You can't give
You
us
can't give you
money,
any money yet.
sadly.
Shit, man.
Yeah, no packs and everything. So it's really just the core gameplay. You can
Got it.
build decks. You can play against each other. So that's kind of what we're trying to refine. And then in the background, our goal is to release the game on mobile. Like a target is end of year. Hopefully we hit that in like a few select countries. So maybe 2 3 countries. Like quote unquote cheaper countries, like where it's cheaper to like do some paid user acquisition, run some ads, partner with content creators to have like a feature complete game live where we can really refine like, is the game sticky? How do people enjoy our game? Are people spending? Are they enjoying our in-game progression and everything, before we go to like a global launch.
I'm curious in this like play test. Obviously, games are notoriously hard. Game studios obviously need to take 10 swings to find one that really works. So, like, I'm curious what you're looking for in these play test phases that kind of tell you you're onto something and not just spinning your wheels.
Um, I think so. When we do surveys, the main things we focus on is like, would you play the game again? Obviously, so retention. Would you recommend it to a friend? And then we also try to, if obviously a lot of the people that play our game, they have some kind of experience with other trading card games. So we obviously try to do some comparison with, like, if you played Marvel Snap, do you like Project O more? If you played Hearthstone, do you like Project O more? To really get the comparison between, like, the existing juggernauts that are obviously our competitors, and see, hey, do we need to, like, are we on the right track, basically?
Got it. Why have gaming tokens been performing so poorly?
I mean, I feel like they're missing every narrative you can miss. It's really tough, but it's really tough, but gaming tokens did well when, like, metaverse and, like, the whole Web3 gaming narrative as a whole was, like, still very hyped, and there was still, billions or millions of funding flowing into these studios. But and now the meta is kind of revenue and buybacks and, like, businesses, but yeah, making games is a hard business. I think there's probably been more studios that shut down than studios that, gain any traction with their crypto games, unfortunately. So you can't really write that narrative either. But I think, on the other hand, there are some, at least, like, they're not necessarily full gaming tokens, but, like, a token like Somnia, they didn't do too bad. A token like B3, I think, still has a decent market cap, like MapleStory, Off the Grid. It's not like they are doing completely bad. I honestly don't check the charts every day, but, like at least doing the TGEs, right? It's not like they're dead on arrival. But yeah, obviously we can't, like, the most games, they can't really ride the waves that, like a Hyperliquid, Pump, Fun, whatever, can ride with the narrative
Right.
rights.
And do you think is that just an unsolvable problem? Like, are you not optimistic on the future of gaming tokens, or just is there something that you guys need to figure out still?
Um, Imagine there's a game that has, like, 50 million of revenue every month
Right.
and commits a meaningful portion of that to do buybacks and stuff, then the token probably does pretty well. I think there are some more niche games that will kind of bring completely different takes to tokens, where they either will be using, like, app tokens, so it's not your stereotypical token launch like you're used to, or the tokens are much more deeply integrated into the economy, and it's like it almost like the studio, like, basically managing the treasury and managing the token is, like, part of the game design for them. It's
Right.
not just, a side product. um but yeah, probably most tokens for most studios, depending on, especially if they launch before the product is live or before the product has, like, any meaningful amount of players, it's probably would be a tough market for them, um, if you can't climb it up.
I mean, I do feel like gaming anyway just has a hilariously cursed narrative in history where, like, every wave of gaming is just like a sheer bloodbath until one takes off from
Yeah,
whatever arcade games into the home
yeah,
systems, and yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's
like
it's an incredibly hit-driven business, and even, yeah, you kind of mention it, and then this one game takes off, and it just completely dominates the market. I mean, if you want to build, like, a game that is really focused on user-generated content, you have to compete with Roblox and Fortnite, and
Right.
yeah, good luck doing that. You will
right.
have to be a fucking magician to really have any chance against them. So it's it's not always, it's not always fun to build games, I guess. But yeah, without cool ideas and without people trying things, you won't.
Is there a way to not rely on user generated content today though? Like, it feels like that's just a kind of hard requirement of getting any level of kind of attention and usage in a game.
um I think I'm not the biggest fan of, like, UGC as like a main pillar for your game from the get-go, because in my eyes, a lot of the times it kind of evolves with the game. As the game gains traction, UGC becomes more meaningful. Like, Fortnite didn't start with UGC; they implemented it after they had millions of players. Obviously, Roblox that's a creative platform that is completely focused on that.
Mhm.
But even like Counter-Strike, for example, Counter-Strike started having skins and maps, and they were all built by the studio. But nowadays, most of the new maps, they are community made. All the new skins that you get in cases, they are all community made. You vote for them, right? It's all UGC. But kind of developed as maybe the tools improved, and obviously just the community increased. Once the community is increasing, there are more cool nerds in the community that decide to build funny stuff. And I feel like UGC can also come in a lot of different ways.
Are you guys going to launch a token for Project O?
I don't think I'm allowed to comment on that.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe to take it up a level, like, what do you see as being the big opportunity in building on-chain games? I feel like people often tout like the persistence, but that's kind of a weak value prop in my mind. Like, largely, gamer audiences haven't even really cared about like actual asset ownership. So, like, why continue to kind of try to figure out what good on-chain games look like?
I think at this point, to be honest, most of the narratives are a little bit exhausted. And I think it's so much harder to build like fully on-chain games compared to regular games with some crypto rails in the background. I think the main opportunity is potentially to have a more transparent and deeper economy than normal games,
Yeah.
because everything, it's kind of like football.fun. Football.fun is not, it's not a typical game, right? But every player you buy, there's suddenly a token. The
Mhm.
token has a chart, right? You own shares of that token. It goes even deeper than just owning an NFT like you do in SoRare. You can do similar things with like an MMO, for example, where every resource in your game has values and has
Right.
charts, and the economy can turn into something much bigger. And I mean, we've seen MMOs turn into these huge economies like Eve, like Second Life, and these kind of games. So I think a crypto powered game like that which is like very deeply on chain, not necessarily doesn't necessarily need to be fully on chain, but with a lot of like on chain aspects, could go even further. But yeah, I think other than that, it's just really tough to build anything fully on chain.
Got it. It's okay, Bix. Appreciate you jumping on, man. We'll leave it here. If people want to get involved in Project O or play some of the play tests, what's the place to send them?
Join the Discord. There are some easy onboarding steps where you can sign up. It's open access, so yeah, it's PC and Mac.
Beautiful.
Feel free to join. Looking forward to you.
Sick, man. Thanks for jumping on. We'll
Thanks
get in
for
there.
having me.
We'll get in there and play some hands and see what happens.
Would love to. Yeah. See ya.
All right. Peace, dude.
Take care.